In this video, we are freeing ourselves from the delusion of willpower. So we're going to learn about the bad guy of willpower, and we're going to learn how we can start to not blame ourselves when we lack willpower. Even just thinking that you lack willpower is a sign that the bad guy has brainwashed you, seriously. So we're gonna get unbrainwashed from the paradigm of willpower, and we're gonna shift into systematic thinking or habitual thinking instead. So I wanna share with you, I was meditating in Thailand as a monk. I had shaved off my eyebrows, my hair, everything, and I was starving myself. So this was in college. I had previously had binge eating patterns as a wrestler in high school. I didn't know I had it at the time, but very obvious in hindsight. And those patterns continued into high school, so into college. And in college, living as a monk in Thailand, where they only eat one time a day, I thought this was good for me. In Thailand, the monks have this incredible willpower. One time a day, they stay up all night meditating. They really discipline themselves. And I bought into this hook, line, and sinker. So I was starving. And I'm sitting there meditating, and I get this enlightenment moment. I'm in this big forest, and there's a big temple. The Buddha in there is like huge, and I'm sitting in front of the Buddha, and I feel totally enlightened. And I realize, oh my God, I'm enlightened. I made it. Oh my God, it feels good. And then reality hit home. It was 2 a.m. at night. I'd had nothing to eat the whole day. I was relying on coffee. Yeah, they did have coffee back in the monastery. I was 2 a.m., coffee, over-caffeinated, starving, and I go back to my cabin in the middle of the woods, pitch blackout. And I remember fumbling with the matches to light my little candle, but I just couldn't light it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the air was moist or damp or if I just was too weak to light it, but I had a panic attack. A panic attack in the middle of the forest in Thailand, completely pitch blackout, starving, and it felt like my whole self was dissolving. It really sucked. I remember that to this day because that's when I had an enlightenment, and I realized no matter how much willpower I exert, I might achieve some short-term goal like enlightenment, but at the end, I'm going to feel miserable. I need a new way. I need something gradual. And that's when I found Zen Buddhism, which was a gradual path of enlightenment. That's when I spent the other 12 months living as a Zen Buddhist monk. Anyways, I want you right now to think about your past history of dieting and losing weight. Were you in the discipline willpower paradigm? Calorie counting, food journaling, willpower to lose weight, resisting food, don't eat as much, just do it, just eat less, just exercise more, just meal prep, just blah, 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 bitty, blah, 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 just do it. Were you in that paradigm? And if so, did the weight stay off? And the weight probably didn't stay off, and that's a little bit painful. And we need to face that pain and learn our lesson from it. Because the exercise for today is actually going to be examining your lack of willpower, quote unquote lack of willpower. And you don't actually have a lack of willpower, but we need to do this exercise to free you from the association, the perception that you have a lack of willpower. And how this usually manifests for people, I want to tell you a story about Emily, because she thinks she has a lack of willpower. Now, Emily, she is actually in Montana, so she is a single mom and she has a very stressful job. She has 2 kids and she is struggling with her weight and she hates herself, because when she comes home most nights of the week, she gorges on food uncontrollably. She eats a ton of food. She wakes up at 6 a.m. She gets her kids to school at 6 a.m. and she works until 9 p.m. without much of a break in between. And she eats a ton of food between 9 a.m. and midnight, 9 p.m. and midnight. And then she feels so bad about herself. She thinks that she lacks the willpower and that this is a sign that she is a bad person, that she isn't worthy of being attractive, of feeling good, isn't worthy of having the life she wants because she lacks willpower. And unfortunately, she's been bought into the paradigm of willpower. And now that Emily's learning that this doesn't need to be the path, she's starting to free herself from it. But for years, she has been trapped doing challenges, diets, programs, etc., that all propose willpower as the paradigm. And this willpower paradigm comes about because companies like Nike, they say, just do it, right? So you buy their product, you just do it, and you might lose a little bit of weight. You might get enlightened for a little bit. But then reality sets home, the weight comes back, and Nike and those other companies, they're able to remarket, make a new product, and give you another marketing ploy to have you buy their products again. So the bad guy in this is kind of the companies, what I'm going to call collectively, the diet industry, that promote a willpower attitude. And you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up, because that's not gonna work. Willpower is never gonna work. And I know that's what mainstream society says, but we are doing things different. We are seeing the truth that while mainstream society may believe in the willpower, and willpower may lead to short-term results, willpower does not lead to long-term results. So people get caught down here. They lose the weight using willpower, and then they think it's their fault when the weight comes back. But little did they know, lack of willpower is never the problem. With Emily in Montana, do you really think her lack of willpower was the problem? Or do you think that her willpower was at a low point because she just worked 15 hours straight, raising 2 kids, 2 jobs, crazy stress? What's really at hand here? Is it the stressful, crazy, busy lifestyle or her lack of willpower? Because the diet industry is telling you it's the lack of willpower. Buy my product. We are facing the hard truth. Yes, this is difficult. That your lifestyle, your environment, and the habits you have are leading you inevitably into situations where you lack the willpower to resist temptation. So this first module, we're actually going to really examine the times we fail, quote unquote fail, because failure is just a learning opportunity, okay? So the exercise for today is going to be emotionally catching yourself when you are lapsing in willpower, okay? So normally, let's say you come home from work and you're crazy stressed out, so you just sit on the ice, you get some ice cream and you go sit on the couch, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this note card. It's online, so you can have it on your phone. You can just take it out. I need you to bring consciousness to this moment. This is really important. when you start to lapse in willpower, I need you to bring consciousness to this moment by taking out your phone or even printing out that note card and answering these 4 questions. Okay? So let me repeat. Let's say, for example, you come home from work and you're really stressed out. So you're about to have some ice cream. Now, normally your automatic habit is to just eat that ice cream and zone out. De-stress. I get it. Now, all I need you to do is 1 minute. I need you to bring emotional insight. This is the yin. Yin right here. We're not doing anything. Yang is the action. We're going to take action in the second part of this lesson. But I need you to have emotional insight into your quote unquote lack of willpower, which you might think as a lapse or a giving into hunger. I need you to bring emotional insight because you might know something, quote unquote, know something in your left brain. Your left brain is your logical brain. You might know that you're not supposed to eat ice cream, but until we bring emotional insight, then we are still going to repeat the same patterns endlessly. So what we need to do is bring higher consciousness into this moment. The moment you are about to have that ice cream, I need you to answer these 4 questions. 1, what were you just doing? So for example, I just got home from traffic, a big thing of traffic, or maybe you're about to binge eat at lunch or have a really unhealthy snack because your boss just yelled at you. So that's the first question. What were you just doing? Question number 2, what are you feeling? Bored, stressed, angry, tired? So these 2 questions are really, really powerful because they're going to shift you from thinking that you lack willpower to seeing the truth. And the truth is that you're in an environment that is causing stress. And this stress is making you feel bad, or maybe you're just bored. And then as a result of feeling bad and having this moment, that it leads up to you lacking willpower. So this is the truth. This is the bigger perception, okay? And we need to get clarity. We need to get wisdom into seeing the truth. And the hard part about this is actually seeing it. And by seeing it, I mean in the moment. Seeing it with wisdom, catching it in the moment. This is hard. Don't get me wrong. This is hard. Catching yourself right before you eat and actually taking the time to answer these questions and to write it down, that's damn hard. And that is what I'm asking you to do. That is what I need you to do. It takes 1 minute, but before you eat, you can go eat your snack afterwards too. Go have that ice cream. We're not there yet where we're changing our eating habits. We're not there yet. We're just bringing emotional wisdom in that moment, because when we pause in that moment and we name, I am feeling bored right now. I am feeling stressed right now. When we write that down, we get wisdom in the moment. This is not logical or left-brained anymore. It's in the moment. You're learning through the energy. Okay, you're learning through the energy. So I need you to experience with consciousness that stressed out, bored, painful, angry energy that happens right before you break your willpower, right before you fail at willpower, okay? So right before you have that pizza or whatever, because let's be honest, you know most of the time when you shouldn't be eating something. I need you, when you're aware of it, to take out that note card, write down, what was I doing before this? What was I feeling? And leave it at that. Those are the first 2 questions. The next 2 questions are just very simple. Just write down, when did I last eat and what did I eat? Very simple, okay? So this is a huge thing that we're gonna learn, because these questions, you already know everything in your left brain. You already know everything in your left brain. You already know how to eat healthy. You already do. But the left brain and right brain are separate, right? Yin and yang. We got to balance out both sides. And a lot of people, they're busy denying the big picture. They're busy denying their stressful lifestyle. They're busy denying their stressful kids. They're busy denying that their partner pisses them off or that their boss pisses them off. We are facing this truth. This is weight loss enlightenment. It's messy. It's damn messy, but this is where we transform. In this fire of pain, we bring clarity to it. And trust me, we are going to be free of this, but we need to go through it, okay? So right before you break and lapse in willpower, you have the cake, you have the ice cream, you have the thing. I need you. I want you to transform. And I know that unless you actually take out this card and go through it, write it down, you will not get the emotional wisdom that you need to have deep insights, okay? Because it's one thing to know on a surface layer, oh, discipline doesn't work, but when you're actually in the moment and you realize, holy crap, my emotions, my stress, my boredom, 10 times more powerful than what I know. So I need to take out that card and start getting insight into the events, situations, and habits that lead up to you lapsing in willpower, having the chocolate cake, having the ice cream, having the tons of food at night or at lunch or wherever with your friends. I need you to have that clarity. So that's it. Take out the card for the next few days. Whenever you start to break in willpower, reshift. Think about the habits, events, and people, the situations that are leading up to that break in willpower. And then notice how you feel. Notice the food that you ate beforehand. And by doing this a couple times, you're going to get deep emotional insights into what situational causes are leading you to break your willpower. And with that bigger perception of mind, we can start taking little tiny steps, little habits. We can start forming little habits that are easy, fun, enjoyable, and peaceful that will radically transform your life in the long term. But we need to start off with this somewhat painful, maybe embarrassing insight. We need to get insight. So I'll see you in the next module. Good luck. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm here for you.